it's so out of focus. Shit.
I am the resident studio troll, here to oversee operations.
Sitting down for interview stuff. Wow, cracking. Got my Injustice for All coffee mug just for this. So to talk about Injustice for All for a bit, I first heard the song, well, I bought the album during Christmas or early 2000s, maybe 2004.
I mean, Metallica were a huge influence on me growing up. It was only a bit later, really, that I kind of discovered Injustice for All in terms of the album. Obviously, I'd heard one, but it wasn't until probably quite recently that I actually explored the whole album. And maybe even more recently, until I really started to appreciate the influence that album has obviously had on modern metal, particularly on the kind of stuff that we do in terms of progressive elements of what we do.
I'd heard from other people I knew that it was the heaviest sounding Metallica album, and I was like, oh, I've got to get this. So I got the album. And actually, Mum lent me the keys to her car so I could go downstairs to the parking lot and listen to it in the car stereo or CD player. And I remember hearing Blackened and being like, whoa, you know, this is darker, and awesome. But I still remember listening to Injustice for All for the very first time and just how much that affected me. You know, I never really listened to a song that was that long before, that had that many changes, was as heavy and aggressive and angry as it was. And so I think that had a big effect on how I go on to write music later, you know, and especially the bands I'll get into later, like, you know, Dream Theater and Symphony X and all the proggy stuff.
And Justice for All, particularly the track in and of itself, is kind of like an epitome of a way to express a complex idea musically, as well as lyrically. I think lyrically, it's obviously come from a place of indignation, of anger, and what sums it up for me is the way that they've managed to deliver this long song and express it musically more through the instrumental arrangement, I think, than necessarily the vocals. And I think that's one of the things that album did for metal, is show that you can be a heavy band but still express things in terms of the instrumental side of the music.
We talked about covering this song for years in the band. You know, we're all big Metallica fans, so we knew at some point we wanted to or would do a Metallica cover. When we did that, we didn't want to pick an obvious song like an Enter Sandman or even a song like One, because it's been done before. And I'd always said over the years we should cover Injustice for All, because it's not really a song or even an album that gets talked about that much. But because of the nature of the track, it being long, progressive, and also still really heavy, I thought it would be a perfect fit for a band like us to cover, just because we're kind of in that vein of being progressive but still having a heavy core. As it's the 30th anniversary of the album this year, in 2018, came out in 1988, and we heard Metallica was putting out a 30th anniversary box set, we decided now would be the perfect time to put out the cover to, you know, sort of join in with the celebration of the album.